Go here. You on YouTube. Continue on YouTube. Share. Copy. Exit. Discord. Copy. All right.
Oh, right.
What's good?
What's going on?
You listen. Listen.
Nigga.
No. Matter of fact, I'm coming with different energy for you because
we got people.
No, yeah, it seems to me that I'm like target practice for this no shame gang, Dodgers diapers. It's been this way for a long time, and I'm tired.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please,
you know what I'm talking about.
I have
you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Please expound on your point.
Did we have a conversation last week?
Yes, we did.
What was the basis of this conversation? What happened in this conversation?
I don't remember.
Do you not remember telling me I'm going to come in when I get home from work?
Yes, I did say that.
And what happened?
It didn't happen.
That's it? You just left me here to drown? You just said, you know what?
Don't do that.
No call, no show.
Don't do that.
Hey, tomorrow, not the next day. Hey, yo, my bad. What happened? Nothing. Just went about your life. Meanwhile, I'm in here.
Oh shit! My eyes started wilding.
Meanwhile, I'm in here with Miss Talk a Lot.
So here's the thing, right?
Here's the thing. Is it going to be accountability? This is what first I just want to know. Is it accountability? Is it accountability, or is it going to be like I have to do this? I have that. Is there accountability?
You know, Tahoe, there are times where you remember when I used to tell you years ago that you be dead ass right, and then you talk too much, and then your rightness starts getting negated. You're doing that right now. Because in the beginning of this conversation, when you were berating me for my no call, no show, I accepted it. And I said, okay, all right. I didn't give an excuse. I didn't give a reason and nothing. I was just going to take it. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to talk to me crazy.
I ain't going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you crazy.
You're not.
Because you left me in here. I've been getting kicked. I've been getting cursed out all week. I've been getting cursed out all week.
I don't know what you want me to do.
You're supposed to be here to balance this out. I told you this last week.
I didn't know it was a triple balance beam. I didn't know that was my.
We still haven't taken this. We haven't taken that thing to homie court. I'm gonna allow you to handle your own business. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I'm not taking nobody to homie court. I don't want to do it.
Okay, so then, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my!
Am I correct?
You did such a good job.
Hey Parker, how are you?
My baby made a Lego unicorn, and I'm sorry, like forget whatever you talk about.
Yeah, that's amazing. Can we?
All right, can you come back in a little while so mommy can finish working? Like, get out. Okay.
It was very nice and not nice.
All right, come here. Hurry up. You're moving too slow. Look, show your uncle.
Hey, that's beautiful, Parker. Oh,
unicorn.
That's really nice.
Recording.
That's really nice.
You want your food?
Yes, please.
You want your food now?
You worried about the wrong things. Oh, come on. My eyes bot is wilding again.
It's like everything over there is going nuts right now.
Yo, this is my life. My life is nuts. So yeah, as I was saying, like I was just gonna take my L, but you can't talk to me crazy. And I'm sorry that you were getting cursed out because of the show that you put together.
Because you were supposed to be there.
Like, I am not a triple balance being. My name is not Balance the Show. Like, go to hell.
Yo, and the funny thing is, all the women are gonna be like, "Clack his teeth, sis. Clack his teeth." That's what all the women are gonna say. That. Did you listen to the show? Did you listen? How far did you get in?
I listened to enough of it. I got far enough.
In order to see what did you see? What did you get? What did you gather from this occurrence?
What you want me to say? What you want me to say?
Cursed out left and right behind.
Why was you getting cursed out? What happened?
This is why I just said, yo, you know what? It's just gonna be me and her this week. Fuck everybody else. Fuck it. This is what they want. This is what they want, right? Because they literally said, oh, all she did was cut him off all week. Can he talk on this? I haven't heard Can He Talk on this podcast in 4 years. They don't care when you cut me off. You do the same thing. One segue, you get one point, then while you're talking that, you think it's some other shit. Somehow, I don't know how you do it. Somehow, while you're talking, you come up with something else that you want to expound on, which doubles back to the beginning, and you keep going. Nobody has a problem.
I don't think a lot of people have a problem when I do it, because when I do it, I mostly make sense.
You didn't think misogyny and sexism was making sense?
I think that they are overused words in our educated community.
You know, often I have long conversations with Melanie. I think that y'all are being a little harsh. The community is being a little harsh. I think that she has a lot of education.
Who's y'all? Because I didn't do a damn thing.
The community. I'm saying the community. The So Shameless community. I think they're being a little harsh on Melanie. I just think that she just really isn't that good at podcasting. Or she said she didn't take her ADHD medicine. Is that a thing?
I don't know. Do you take yours?
No, but I've learned. I know how to podcast. I do it every fucking week, so I know how to jump in and jump out. And a lot of times you cut me off, and I just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that podding is way more difficult than a lot of people understand. I think that sometimes it's really easy from the outside looking in to understand, like, oh, if I was in that position, I would say this, or I would do it like this, or whatever the case may or whatever the case may be. But I think that when you're actually in it, it's different. And a lot of people don't understand that podding is not an argument. And a lot of people pod, especially people that are guests. Sometimes they come into it like as if it's an argument. Like, I got to get my point off. Like, no, stop. Da, 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 da. And it's just like, there's not an argument. We're not fighting. We're just discussing our differences.
I think she was arguing. You think she was arguing?
No, I think that the tactic, like the way that she speaks it's reminiscent of an argument. Like if you having an argument with your girl type, like that's how it feels. Like I didn't listen to the whole show last week, but I remember from being on the show with her before, I was just like, I might as well just not even be here. Like I just
now y'all know why I don't talk on this show. I just let you and Trom go at it back left and right. Because between you and then Trom, let me finish. However, no, let me get this point up. I need to get my point. I'm like, all right. And then you with your double, triple, and back-to-back entendre. All right, I'm good.
Don't do me.
It's very much so. So if y'all can understand it, and you're saying that it's not the same because you make sense.
No. I'm saying that people don't get upset when I cut you off because I be making sense sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'm okay with that.
Trav said, honest. You can tell she thinks she's the smartest in the room. That's hilarious. I believe that as well.
I believe that about a lot of educated people that are allies that feel like they advocate for other people. I think that they tend to sometimes miss the the humanity of the world, if that makes sense. Like, you can know all the words in the world, and you can know all the reasons why and all the nuances, but at everybody's root and at everybody's core, we're all a little bit toxic. None of us are perfect. None of us are completely CP by the book. And it just gets a little bit exhausting when you come off that way. Like, I know my toxicity and I name it, and fuck it. Like, sometimes I'm here to educate, and sometimes I'm here to be 100% authentically myself, which is a flawed ass person like everybody else. There's no perfect way. Like, there's no perfect talking point in this type of a situation.
Do
And
you
that's what
think that
people need to know.
sometimes people? I'm sorry. What'd you say? What's the last thing you said?
And I said that's something that people need to know.
Do you think that sometimes you could be too much of an ally? Was that an example of being too woke or too much of an ally? Because a lot of times it was just like sexism, misogyny, shit like that. And yo, Ozbot is not. What's going on with Ozbot? What's happening with Ozbot?
I don't know what's happening with Ozbot today. Like, it's wilding. Okay, close my door. I know. I hate you all. I'm leaving. Shit.
You gotta know everything's okay in the Dodge household. It's how she talks to everybody. She talks like that to us every week too, if you notice.
I don't do anything to you.
She'd be like, I could just leave. Yo, can you just turn off the auto zoom on the Ozbot? For anybody that is not on the YouTube right now or wants to see the visuals of these shows, they are in the streaming section of the So Shameless podcast, YouTube. So I'm supposed to be editing them down and shit, but I be so busy, bro. I don't never get a chance to edit and post the clips and da 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 da. So
yeah,
if you want to see the visuals, you can go over to the So Shameless podcast YouTube, and the Ozbot is this expensive ass camera that we bought for Dodge, and it happens to be spinning around the room while she's talking. It can't find her face. The shit is can't. It cannot find face.
It can find my face. I don't know why it's moving.
You look demure. I think this is the little example of demure right here.
How?
Like, very chill, very mindful.
Don't have to do too much.
Not doing too much. What is the fuck? So is demure a lot? What is demure?
No, I don't think that's the definition of the word demure. I think that a
It's
lot of people have been using it wrong. Right?
Demure is the opposite of a lot. It's very wine and
it's reserved, modest, and shy. Typically a woman. Men cannot be demure.
That's what you're doing right now. Typically a woman.
Typically. I guess like I'm trying to be at peace. Oh, come on, Trav. I hate to agree with Dodge. Like, why is that so gut wrenching for you, friend? When I love you so much.
Don't ask Trav to start his shit because he doesn't have no filter. Trav says, I hate to agree with Dodge. That's the problem with social media. When you take a stand for one thing or one issue, social media expects you to take a stand for everything. You can't be human.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I agree with that. For a long time, I was scared. I was tiptoeing around social media. Tiptoeing. Scared to death. Scared of my own motherfucking heartbeat. I was terrified. Then after a while, I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Is that what happened?
What do you think happened?
I'm just asking. Is that what happened? Or is there a reason why you just said fuck it? Or did you realize that the internet is bullshit? So you cannot possibly live up to a standard that people don't live up to in their day-to-day lives.
I think what happened is I know what I believe in, and I don't really feel like I have to put on the front no more to come off good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what I believe in. And then I've actually done work and shown myself, and you know what I'm saying? So you can misunderstand me all you want. The work is there. The history is there. It's been years in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think at starting after Cuddy left the show and me trying to figure out like who am I right now? Who am I want to be? What do I want to stand for? There was a lot of, I don't know. I was just kind of
teetering.
Mm-hmm. And I think now I know who I am. I don't really subscribe to the way I used to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowing myself to be me. Sometimes I could be wrong. Hey, sorry. You know what I mean? And I move on because I know who I am now. I think that's the difference. It was a rough patch. I went through a rough patch.
I think that when you start to realize like the way that you synthesize understanding Lipstick Alley was the way that we all need to be. Because I remember years ago just being so upset and so inflamed by these like things that people were saying or the way that people perceive me. But then when you really think about it, like, go touch grass. Like, the people that know me know me. The opinions of people that don't know me don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinking about my life compared to the lives of others, it kind of goes back to that conversation we had a couple of weeks ago. Do you think you're better than people? And again, I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I do think that I'm better than conversations with people. I do think I'm better than sitting in certain rooms with people. Like, I do think I'm better than certain people having access to me. And once you realize that, you're just like, man, fuck everybody that's not in my circle, because you can't compete where you can't compare.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with everybody. That's why I let people talk. That's like me arguing in them rooms and shit like that is like arguing in comments. And then I'm gonna keep it real with you. Oh my God. Yo, comments, fuck y'all. Sorry. The people who say the worst shit to you and you can't respond to them, like, because it just says this person does not allow you to comment on or whatever.
Those be the biggest trolls. That means that you're habitually getting into shit with random strangers on the internet, so much so that you had to turn that off so that you can get your shit off and nobody can say anything back. That is a mental illness.
Because I will type up some shit. No, actually, we spoke about this in the show. That wasn't the point that was made. Send. You cannot respond to this comment.
Fine.
That is Instagram's cruelest joke right there. That's
I also think that I remember being like years ago, like dating, and women getting upset at men that don't respond back immediately, or men that, you text them in the morning and they text you back 5, 6, 7 hours later, and like nobody's that busy. I now can say with fidelity, sometimes people really be that busy, but it also depends on what job you have. Like, because the way that I have been cliffhanging friends, family, relationship, like I really be that busy now. And now I understand, like, yo, you know what? I had too much time on my hands for certain shit. And now that I have no time, I love it. I'm in peace. This is why I'm very mindful, very demure, very cutesy. I don't even have time to tweet anymore. That shit irritates my soul. I don't know what the hell be going on in the world. I don't check my phone, my Instagram sometimes until 5 o'clock. I'm like, who died? Who did what? What's happening?
You love this? You love this?
I love it. I love it because I'm so tucked in a corner. I'm out the way. I'm in my bubble.
It's not overwhelming. All of this work that you have to do.
No. It's not overwhelming because I feel like the Cancer in me, like the nurturer in me, like I just want to be able to be there for so many people. And there's one thing to have to be responsible and be there for 70 kids for 3 hours a day. It's another thing to be responsible for 300 kids from 7:30 to 3:45 and sometimes after school. I don't have the time. I'm like this. My steps on my Apple Watch, I'm at like 8,000 to 9,000 steps a day. I'm moving. I'm in meetings all day. Huh?
You're a whole TV show right now. They could really do a whole show about you waking up, getting to work, going to school, turning into this other person, putting out fire, doing this, watering people, doing this, doing that, and then to the end of the day and having to do this whole shit all over again the next day.
But not even that, but then also thinking about, like, school starts at 7:45. I'm supposed to be there at 7:35. Parker's school starts at 7:45. So sometimes Parker comes to work with me in the morning, and then I have to leave work, take her to school, come back. I got to pick her up. She sits in my job. She got favorites at my job. She sits down. She does her homework. I come home. By the time I come home, if she didn't finish her homework, we got to feed her. I don't probably get a chance to like sit down and chill till about now. in a day, like 7 o'clock.
How many hours to yourself do you have every day?
To myself?
Yeah.
Every day?
Per day, like daily.
0?
Oh, that's right. You don't have the hours to yourself, only when you sleep.
Yeah. I don't have hours to myself. There is no point in the day that I look around and there's nobody around me.
And
For
you like
any
you enjoy that. You enjoy that.
I enjoy it to an extent. Sometimes it gets tiring and overwhelming, and then I know how to take a break. But for the most part, I love it. Like I could never work an office job. Like I hated retail because it was so boring to me. Like I like the hustle and bustle and moving around and doing different things, having different meetings, being at different schools. Like I thoroughly enjoy my career path right now. Like I'm so happy in my career path. Am I exhausted? Sometimes. But then I also get to make my own schedule for the first time. As a teacher, administration makes your schedule for you. They tell you what time you work, what time you get to take a break, what time. I get to make my own schedule. I don't do shit on Mondays and Fridays. So I get to just like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my heavy days. Like I pack my days. But Mondays and Fridays, I get to kind of like just chill and vibe and just go around the school, talk to kids, talk to teachers, build relationships. But I don't have to do too much.
All right.
It doesn't seem exhausting, but it is when you look at my calendar.
I can't tell you that I'm any different. My life is just built different, but I'm just as busy.
Mm-hmm.
I literally do my route and then go to my real job. My daughter wanted me to help build her a fucking closet. We finished building the closet. As soon as I'm finished, I had to come record one show. Then come record this. I never see my fucking fiance. Never see her. I never see her.
That's horrible.
People be like, "Why you jerk off so much?" I don't know. I don't have nobody.
I don't have nobody. It's crazy.
Can't fuck with nobody else. It'd be too late by the time I finish this to go over there. Then I gotta wake up 3-something in the morning. If I am there, I don't see nobody. She's dope.
So, like, how does that work? How do you sustain this? Because I think that one of my favorite parts of my day is just chilling with Drew. And that's why I probably don't have a lot of time to myself, because that time, that downtime, the 2-3 hours at the end of the day that I could be by myself and kind of like lock myself in a room and be alone, I just rather sit with him and see what he's doing. Talk to him.
Holy shit, I forgot to tell you. I've been making like real plans to get us a crib. So people see me and people like, oh, he's doing the party, oh, he's doing live shows. Mm-hmm. I'm doing everything I can to get this monkey off my back and actually be able to get a crib by the first quarter of next year. So hopefully that can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Are you finally gonna move to Jersey with me?
Most likely.
Yeah!
That's the plan. Last week was her daughter's 15th birthday.
Yeah, I know. I saw on Instagram.
Her baby father was there for the dinner. Mm-hmm. I show up for the dinner with my sons. You know, we're standing waiting for the whole thing to get the tables together. Mm-hmm. And he calls me over. Yo. I'm like, oh God. You know, first of all, I'm not that social. I'm just not. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, trying to put on face. Okay, cool face. He's like, yo, first of all, congratulations. And I'm like,
what?
Like, what's the, yeah. I'm like, okay, you got a gate. I'm like, oh, where's the trap door? It's like, we got to do shots. Why this nigga me wind up sitting at the bar doing shots? I'm now hugging the nigga.
Because y'all a family now.
Yo, we hung out the next day at Six Flags. We took the kids to Six Flags, all the kids, Six Flags. He has his girl. I'm with my fiance. It turns into like some kind of love day. Everybody, my kids is hugging him, holding his hand. He's buying them food. Yo, I'm just like.
Isn't it overwhelming the first time that happens?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
We love each other?
Yes.
Like we're friends?
No. You're co-parents.
he's actually a really nice guy. I don't know what to do now. Because they remember I told you they had their issues and shit. Sometimes I had, what now I'll be like, yo, I don't know what to say. Yo, he's right. Yo, you're wrong. I don't know.
All right, not too much. You don't take the op side. Hold on.
I don't know what to do now.
You don't do that.
Bro,
but it's okay
we're
to
gonna watch, we
okay
did shots together. We're gonna watch football.
Yes.
I can't side with her.
Yes, you can.
This is my bro.
That's not your all right. Okay. Here you niggas go. What's his last name?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's my bro. Let me go against my fiance because purple I took shots with this nigga. That's my bro.
Purple shirt now. He's purple shirt now. You know what I'm saying?
Please. It's okay to build rapport and relationship with the co-parent to your family because you guys are family together. Y'all are not buddies. Y'all are not homies. Y'all are not friends.
Well, I know that.
You are cordial acquaintances that you're building a relationship and a rapport. That's amazing.
There's still more to it because on the way to Six Flags, I was in front. I drive how I drive, right? I wasn't trying to lose the nigga, but I think he felt like I was trying to lose him.
So now you're racing.
Starts racing on the highway. I'm like, I'm like, yo, he got kids in the car. I got kids in the car. I'm not doing this with this nigga, right? The nigga jumps on the fucking
shoulder,
and does like a mile on the shoulder. We're looking at the guy. I'm like, yo, look at this nigga. What's he doing? She's like, yo, that's how he is. You shouldn't have challenged him. I was like, I didn't challenge him. I go fast. Like, it feels like we're racing. Are we racing?
Okay, Ricky Bobby.
Yo. Now the nigga dips. We don't know where he's at. So now I'm trying to catch back up to the nigga. He's gone. He has a fucking Benz. He gone. I'm in a fucking Volkswagen. Something.
Oh, you was in a car?
We did a rental.
Oh.
So I'm like, yo, can you check and see where the kid's GPS is? This nigga's about 5 miles ahead of us. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to race the nigga. She's like, yeah, but I'm like, you feel away? You feel away to baby father basically just did this to me in the car? So now my ego feels away. Where's Melanie?
Your ego is tapped in again.
Sexism and misogyny.
So now you about to do 100 on a highway.
Catch up to him, bust past him, and every time he tried to get in front of me, I just cut in front of him. And did that all the way to Six Flags. I win.
Yo, what's your problem?
My dick got to be bigger. I don't care. I wasn't asking for this. But you're not going to be a dude that used to be fucking my girl and you beat me in the battle. No. My dick got to be bigger. I don't care. Am I wrong?
No.
You gonna let your niggas ex-chick beat you somehow?
Beat me
anyhow. Would you let her beat you anyhow?
In what?
Whatever.
I already won. I got the nigga, so I don't have to prove shit. I can literally just sit back and do this the whole time. See, I think that's the difference between men and women. Like, there's nothing for me to prove. There's nothing that you can say.
She put me up to it. She had the problem.
You allowed that to happen. You allowed that to happen. Because honestly, like, and this is going to sound so crazy and so shallow, but I don't give a fuck. So shameless. The day I got this ring, can't nobody tell me shit. Can't nobody say shit to me. It was so funny. I was with his family over the weekend or whatever, and I think his aunt said something, was talking to his mother and said something about Miss Burke or whatever. And I turned around. I said, "Which one? Which one you talking to? Because the fuck out of here!"
Like, you do a lot. You do a lot with the Burke name. You do a lot. Your man is even like, yo, can you stop posting me? It's annoying now.
No, he don't.
A lot. Like, yo,
how do I do a lot? You want to know what's so funny? I definitely hyphenated my name at work. They call me by both of my names at work. I don't give a fuck.
Like, bro, get a life.
I do have a life. I have actually a great, amazing life. It's very beautiful. I have no complaints. You know, my floor to ceiling windows illuminate the sky. I
Oh
look
my
at New York City
God.
every day, every morning.
Your
The sky
fucking
is
eye
purple
spot
and
won't
pink
even
and
stay on your
orange and yellow. I'm sorry. I have nothing. I'm too happy to let nobody can do anything to quell my happiness right now. And
Right,
I've
all you
worked
have to keep
too
posting
fucking
it.
hard to be this happy.
All of us, even him, are tired of seeing y'all. Can you just give it a break?
No.
It's bullying now.
To who?
To him.
How?
He don't want it. Like, you respect his wishes.
No.
Fall back a little bit. Let people get to miss me.
No. I do what I want.
Most women do. I'm in the crib the other day. I buy the fucking little girl. Sorry, I buy my stepdaughter 12
I bought a
pack.
fucking little girl. It's crazy.
I buy my stepdaughter a 12 pack of custom cupcakes. Custom. Some got brownies on top of them. Some got sweet potato pie on top of them. I had to buy the cake too, but I wanted to get some for me. I know she likes cup. God damn, girl. The Asbot followed you over there. You might as well just eat it right there. The Asbot dead turned once you put the shit in your mouth. That's nuts. But
I'm sorry. Respectfully, thinking about my schedule and back to the question when you asked me how much time I have to myself, the last time I ate was 2:00, and that was the first time I ate for the day. No, a lot. It was 12:00, and that was the first time I ate for a day, and it was a salad.
I ain't
So
mad.
I'm so sorry.
You was trying to be on time, and I was late because I was sitting here eating too because I was just recording another show. But yeah, I fucking get the 12, and this goes back to the fact that women just are ridiculous. Y'all are fucking ridiculous. I asked my stepdaughter, yo, can I have one of the cupcakes? Yeah, I got you 12. Can I have one? We go to the box. She says, yeah, but I got to pick it out for you. We go to the box. She gives me the Oreo cupcake. It has a half Oreo in it, cream filling or some shit. I don't know. It's a nice little cupcake, right? But they're small. They're cupcakes. Here, this one, the bully, my bully, she comes in. Oh, let me get a piece of that. I got to taste it. There's 12 cupcakes here. This is a fucking cupcake. Why do you need a piece of this? I'm only getting one. There's 11 more. You can have your own. Why do you need a piece of this? It's not demure. It's everything but demure. There's one, oh, I just want a piece. The other one, like, well, you can't have no more mines. So now I'm like, yo, she gave me this. I want to enjoy it. I bought 12. I've been visualizing these shits in the car. I drove them all the way here from Brooklyn. Let me just eat my fucking cupcake. I don't ask for much. I didn't beat the fucking guy to the fucking Six Flags. Let me eat a fucking cupcake in peace. Oh, you're being rude, she says. Look, homeboy, don't start. Look, homeboy, don't start lying on here too.
Oh shit!
Listen, right?
Leah, call in.
First of all, she calls me rude. First of all, she calls me. I'll call her right now. Let me see what she got to say. She's in here listening. I'll call her right now. What she got to say? Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What exactly am I lying about?
I hadn't finished the end of the story. You said that I went to bed with an attitude, and I was mad that you didn't give me a piece when I was already sleeping when you got there.
No, I asked you earlier when I had the first cupcake, I asked you if you wanted one because you was eyeing my cupcakes. I asked you if you wanted one. You said no, but you took a little piece of the cupcakes that I ate.
Right. I did not want a whole cupcake. I just wanted a little piece.
But I asked you if you wanted one, and you said no. So you got mad when he took the cupcake.
I did not get mad. Why did you really get out here, Leah? Now you so excited because you're lying now.
Now everybody lying today.
Get out of here. I don't want your opinion anymore.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Yo, I love kids.
Son, now this woman has hips, right? So now she has an attitude. Her hips sway a different way. She's like, no, because you're being rude now. And she sways into the other room. I get the food. I go sit down. She gets in the bed. I got the cupcake on a little tray I got. little tray I got in the bedroom so I can eat right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
She covers herself up with the blanket, covers all the way up to the point where it's just this much of her eye looking out. I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, why are you looking at me? Right? She said, I'm not looking at you. I turn on the TV, I start eating. I get to the cupcake. I'm now looking at the cupcake because I had my food there. So cupcake was my dessert, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the cupcake. I'm looking at her. She's now asleep. Eyes closed. Under the cover. To this point of this much of her eye is sticking out, bro. I feel bad. Cupcake don't mean that much to me. I just hold the cupcake to her face. I was literally about a foot away from her face. I hold the cupcake to her closed eye. Her eye go. She jumps up, grabs the cupcake, and takes her piece, and then like bounces back to sleep. Bounces back to sleep. I'm like, what kind of madness are
spit on
women?
myself
Because you can't really smell a cupcake.
and I smell it.
You can't smell. Like, how did she do that? She did
She wasn't really sweet. She felt
the
it.
booty moves a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, what the hell is this that I'm into? Look, you Malcolm.
Look at y'all fat asses. Yes, the fuck you can.
I didn't even ask her. Look, the lights were on and I just woke up. How? When I have a cupcake to your face, all of a sudden you just wake up. I didn't make no noise, dog.
She felt it. Her spirit felt that thing that she needed.
What kind of fat shit is this? How do you feel a cupcake?
Let me tell you, there's something about when there's a snack you want and you don't want the whole thing. You just want a piece of it.
Nigga, she took a little piece too. At least she did
and
that.
The amount of happiness that ensues in your soul. We went grocery shopping the other day and I saw peach rings. I'm like, oh shit, I want some peach rings. But Andrew is there, Park is there, and Andrew was like, no. And I'm like, fuck. Like, the real bitch in me, I'm like, first of all, I got my own money. I can get my own fucking peach rings. You can't tell me no. But thinking about the fact that I have to model for my daughter, no means no. So I'm like, shit, what I'm gonna do? So I'm like, I get into like almost Parker mode, and I'm like, so when you say no, you mean like I really can't get peach rings? Like, and he was like, no. And Parker started talking. I'm like, shut up, you're gonna get us in trouble. This is the reason why we can never have nothing. Right? So I was really upset, like deep down, but I understood that the lesson was bigger than my ego at that moment. The lesson was bigger than me wanting this thing. And then he went to another store and he snuck them in his pocket. Like he bought me a pack and snuck them in his pocket. The way that I could have hit the roof, I was so happy. Like it's the smallest things that you're really thinking about. Like, I was salivating over a peach ring and I was so upset that I couldn't have it. Like I had like a little attitude, but I couldn't show that I had an attitude because I'm trying to model good behavior in front of my kid. It's hard.
Look, that's why she's admitting it. That's why that she was mad.
Yeah, because she was mad. You denied her something that she really wanted.
I never got no thank you or nothing. You know this.
All right, that's different.
I never got.
That's your Gemini. Gemini's is different.
Just and happy dance back. What the fuck is this? Look, absolutely feral behavior.
Feral, nigga, feral.
I never said I was a wordologist. You know that. I don't even act like I am. Okay.
One thing it is absolutely feral behavior.
Is understanding. So I've been having last week I got into it about women and this social media thing, right? This chick says And this, I never had a chance to ask you about this. I asked the internet. I didn't ask you. I want to know.
Oh, ask me.
This chick says, dude likes 12 of my pics. I go like 3 of his pics. He sends the DM. I ignore it.
Why?
I said, you're sending false flags. Like, you're literally wasting his time. Like, why did you flirt back? She said, I didn't flirt back. I was being nice. I said, you flirted back. Why the fuck would you go like 3 of his pics? You answered the mating call. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I thought those were like unspoken rules of social media.
I thought this was unspoken rules of social media as well. I said, listen, if I like 12 of your pics, there's a reason. I am trying to get your attention. I want you to know I'm here, and I'm outside your window. This is
how many niggas I bagged like that?
Me with the guitar outside your window, singing the song.
Yes.
Right? You go to my page, you like this pic, you like that pic, you like that pic. That's saying, hey, you look just as good as I think you think I look. What's popping? I'm ready to fuck a couple times.
Absolutely. And this is
like,
what I'm talking about when I'm talking about wokeness. Like, bitch, you fucking up the rules. You're fucking up the rules.
So this turned into a whole thing. I also said, listen, there's another thing too. Y'all need to get it together. If you follow me on Twitter, like one of my tweets, and then I see you followed me on Instagram, it's also a mating call. Why would you go look for me on Instagram? What's the point? If you follow me here, why the fuck would you go over to Instagram and follow me there? That's a mating call. It means you want some dick.
No, I'm not going to give you that one. That one I'm not going to give
you. And he says sexism.
No, sexism, misogyny is not going to be the new joke. I'm not doing
that's
this.
That's the name of today's episode. Sexism and misogyny. Misogyny. It's misogyny.
Now look at So Shameless about to change the definition of words to be funny. Y'all ain't shit.
How is that not I love you?
It's not I love you. Like, I don't see it like that, because me liking your tweets just means that I just like to see you on my profile.
Yes,
like I like to see you in my.
No, you like my tweets. It means you think I'm either interesting or funny. Both. Half of the pussy's open. Half of the pussy's open if you think half the box is open if you think I'm funny and interesting. You go to Instagram, it means you think I look good too. I look good, I'm funny, and I'm interesting. Pussy's mine. You actually love me. You might want to have children.
Maybe we just have a good rapport on one social site, so then it just translates to the other. Or maybe you just popped up as somebody that's a mutual, and I'm like, oh, I know this person, and I'm just gonna click.
Red flag, respectability politics.
Y'all are sick people.
No, I don't think that's a thing, Dodge. I think that you losing your mind right now. I thought you was going to be an ally in this conversation. There's no reason.
First of all, so when I I agreed with you with the last part, but when you took it too far, now I'm just trying to be an ally.
There's really no reason for you to go over to Instagram. You go to Instagram, that means the door's open. Holla at me if I think you're cute. I'll make it easy for you. I follow you there, but now I'm telling you right now, I'm over here too. I think you're cute. There's no reason to follow me there.
You could just literally just have popped up, and I'm just like, oh, I talk to this person on Twitter all the time. Let me follow you on Instagram.
Instagram don't work that way. All right.
Yes, it does. It definitely suggests people that you should follow, and I'll be ignoring all that shit.
There are social media has been a big deal with this dating thing. I seen a post today. Let me see if I can find the shit about the way social media has affected dating. Look at this post. Look at this. Look, starts off in 1937. Let me see if I can go back. It starts off 1932, 1930. I think it actually starts off. How couples met from 1930 to 2024 is what this poll does, right? Mm-hmm. And in 1930, co-workers 2.88%, college 3.66%, bar, restaurant 7.99, church 10.21, neighbors 11.43, friends 18.74. I actually think friends is the best one. School, I still think friends is the best way. School 22.40 and family 22.70%. This is 1930. Let's go halfway through. Look at the way this shit changes. Oh, by the way, online says 0.00 in 1930 because there was no online. Look at the steady decline. What are we seeing steadily decline? Church. By the time we get to 1956, no, you got to watch Family in School, Dodge. Watch Family in School. Watch what happens with Family in School going forward. Family in School. Family in School will never get a comeback. We're down to 1977. Family in School has done nothing but decline the entire time, the entire way.
Because imagine thinking about your family that you have right now. Would you want your family to pick your fiance? Nigga. The way if my family had the choice,
who it is.
It doesn't matter who it is. Every boyfriend that my family liked, if I would have ended up with them, I would have been in prison. Okay? No. My family, they could never pick the person.
None of your cousins? None of your cousins could pick fire-ass family for you?
No.
I mean, fire-ass man for you?
No.
I feel like some of my
cousins. I remember a man, we both know this person, confessed his everlasting love for me in front of my male cousins.
I know exactly.
Because they are friends. And it's like, yeah, one day I'ma marry your cousin. The worst nigga I've ever dated.
Start with a V.
A B?
A V.
A V. No. A N. DJ.
I know what you're talking about.
Can you fucking imagine me marrying that nigga?
Yeah. You'd have been in jail by now.
Can you imagine me marrying
that? He's actually kind of nice.
I remember this.
He's actually kind of nice. You don't think that he's nice?
He's nice, but he's inconsistent and he's full of shit.
He was young.
We were all young.
But y'all was the same age.
He's a little older than me.
You need a guy that's a little bit older. How much older than you is Drew?
Drew's younger than me.
Wow. Fucking.
Yeah, Drew's younger than me. But thinking about right now, me at 35, this man still has no girlfriend, no family, no nothing. Like, and not saying that means something, stability. But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
he didn't have stability. He needs a woman in his life. You were all about stability.
I've always been about stability and security. Exactly. And half my cousins had tell it, they would have told me to go off and be with that man.
Because you would have provided him stability. His life would have had a different direction. You don't think so?
I don't believe that that's the way it's supposed to go. I think that
he had everything else.
No,
he had everything else. He's a great, nice personality, trying to get to the dollar. He's not out there like that. He's not like a player.
He's a whore.
Yeah, because he don't have nobody. Most men are whores if they don't have nobody. We're all whores if we don't have nobody.
I feel like Drew, we complement each other. I did not substantially change his life, in my opinion. I think that we were both solidified to a certain space that we were able to come together and build more. I feel like Drew, at his heart, he's still the same person that he was. We just have more shit together. Material things. Not like moral things, like not internal things. I don't want to be somebody's grow up. I want you to already be grown, and then we can do that shit together. And I feel like a lot of the people that my family have liked, it's because I helped them grow.
Josh, please
Okay.
stop. You was not nowhere near where you are today when you was dating this guy.
No, I wasn't. I didn't say that.
Nowhere near. You had zero stability. You had a room in your pop's crib. You had no stability either.
I had a room in my pop's crib when I
bar
met
down the
Drew.
block. You had Bell's Bar. You was trying to figure out. You wasn't even on this show yet.
No, I wasn't.
You had literally. You're at fucking. You had zero stability. Most like you had a place to stay. You wasn't bouncing around. How many guys did you date? That you was like, oh, I was just fucking this dude. I was just fucking that. You was a whore too.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the difference? You're judging him for that.
I would have gave up my hoish ways.
He was staying with his homeboy.
I would have gave up my hoish ways for him at the time.
He was staying with a homeboy. You had a family to stay with. He had to figure it out. We call him a DJ. He has to figure out a rough. And by the way, he's kind of successful now.
Yeah, I know.
So he had a whole rough path. He had no family. He's staying in the fucking half of a room with somebody's house in a closet.
No, he had his own whole apartment at the top.
Yeah.
He had more than me. Why I gotta grow you up? You were supposed to level me up.
Because you were supposed to move and make the house a home. He would have appreciated that. Then y'all would have went and got a whole nother crib. Drew, sorry, I don't mean to. I'm not advocating. I'm just proving a point. I'm not trying to say she should have been with him. I'm saying she can't judge him.
I would have
called these names when y'all was both in the same space. You didn't have a job like that. Not that you didn't have a job, but you wasn't doing what you're doing. You didn't have a career as you have a job. Like you had a job. You was working as a fucking waitress.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what you was doing back then. So it wasn't like you had a whole career. He was a bartender. He was a DJ. You was a fucking waitress. That was meant for each other. What are you talking about? Give it a break. Give it a fucking
So what you trying to say is I wasn't better than him?
No, at the time, no. It might not be the life that you wanted. But shit, the life you had wasn't what you wanted either.
No, and I got my shit together by myself.
And so did he.
Barely.
Rather successful guy, if I may say so myself. And still a good
person. Got a couple dollars, but not a lot of sense.
Huh? Didn't let the success. Man, please. It would have been great. You just ain't have patience. And you was outside.
I was outside.
Okay.
Yo, I'll never forget. I went to a spot.
Lucky for him, he got the fuck away from your toxic ass at the time. You'd have heard him.
I went to a spot and I was talking to another nigga and he was DJing and he played some fucking heartbreak sad ass song and he was like, yeah, I dedicate this song to Daja. I said, yo, why are you trying to kill my vibe?
Yeah. Get out my spot. Don't be coming in here with something. Don't be coming in here. You know what I'm on you, and you done.
You really oppy because you love taking a nigga's side over your real ones. That's crazy. Just like you was ready to take Tanae baby father's side. Now you willing to take this nigga's side over your real friend.
That's big bro. That's big. Right, yo, chill. This is Finish
the fucking video, yo. I'm not doing this with you.
In 1978, church is now at 5.48%. College is 6.25%. Neighbors, 6.70%. School, 11%. Co-workers, 14%. Bar and restaurant, 14%. Family, 15%. Friends, 26%. Shout out to the Patreon. Y'all are in here on YouTube right now. Y'all get to see the hilarious shit going on my screen. Let's go. 1978. We're going to press play. Son, we are now in 2011. Online has now jumped out the window, is now at 22.6%. Friends is at 24%. Look what happens in the next 10 years. Matter of fact, by 2015, online is now at 33%. Friends is at 21%. Fuck neighbors in church. Church is at 4%. Families at 7%. What does that shit say right now?
Online, it's at 60.76%. You met your fiance online. I met mine online.
Actually didn't.
Where you met her at?
There was a picnic. There was a picnic years before that she actually saw me in person. So in all reality, we met years before.
Were you introduced to each other?
Love Day.
Or did you? Yeah, or did you happen to see each other?
We met at a spot called Love Day. I think she came and bought a pineapple or some shit like that. But yeah, I think she see me there. So her friend was there. I knew her friend. Now, yeah, I knew her friend. So I'm not sure if she introduced me or not. I don't know if she introduced me or if she was just there looking like, oh, he's so good looking. I think I'm gonna marry him one day. And then she stalked me for the next couple years.
Please she said she didn't. This woman stalked you.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, I'm proving that it's stalking because not only did she follow me on Instagram after seeing me on Love Day, right? Look, she said she introduced me at Love Day. She introduced herself, right? Not only, but she kept laughing at my stories. That's not flirting.
They funny.
That's not funny. Why did Aspa just do that?
Is that no? Yo, the Aspa is killing me today.
Not flirting? Is that not flirting? If you keep laughing at somebody's stories, that's not flirting. Yo, Dodge going through it with this fucking Aspa.
Yo, Aspa is wilding today.
High. That shit is high.
It's literally hot. Like it's burning the fuck up.
What, your Aspa?
Yeah.
You want to unplug it and plug it back in?
Yeah.
Let me get rid of her. Where we at? 57:20. I'll try to remember to edit this shit out the show.
No, it's fine. Like just
it's not fine. This shit wigging. Your shit bugging the fuck out. So you never. Let me call this girl back. Let me see something. Y'all want content? We're gonna give you content.
What happened?
Why are you texting me that you never stalked me?
I didn't. I never stalked you. I flirted with you in the DM.
So but you flirted.
I did not follow you on multiple platforms.
But you saw me in Love Day, then you followed me, then you flirted.
Okay. How many people are following you? So
that doesn't matter. Don't worry about nobody else. It's your problem now. Focus on yourself.
I never stalked you.
Did you or did you not?
Me following you and laughing at a couple of your posts.
That's open box. Stalking. Box is open. It's here for you if you want it. Do you want the box or not? That's what's being said. All right. So, well, if you flirted, that means you did exactly what I said. That means you've seen me somewhere. Then you went somewhere else. You followed me. Then you start flirting. Ha 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 ha. You're so funny. Ha 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 ha. You're so funny.
Before I met you.
It doesn't matter to me. Did you?
But how do you know? I don't remember
Did you?
That far back.
Did you? Oh, now you don't remember. Isn't that convenient?
Don't do her. Don't do my friend. You're not gonna call her in her moment of peace while she home supporting you by listening to your fuck ass show, and then gonna call her and start bothering her.
She only listens because she knows I'm gonna talk about her.
To back you up now on your controversy.
Listen, that's between you and your child, okay? Not my fault. She loves me. Okay? Bye.
Bye.
Talk about you behind your back. Like I said.
Talk about you behind your back, but to your face.
She went from one place, followed me on another, then continuously. If somebody continuously laughs at your stories, that don't mean they want you.
I hope not.
That's what it means. It means they want you.
Because I don't want none of these niggas. Sometimes shit just be funny.
Stop laughing at people's shit. You could laugh in your head. Why you need to let them know you think they're funny? Why you need to give them acknowledgments? Hey, I think you're funny.
Because this is like normal behavior. This is the same way like I like people post based off of who posted, not necessarily meaning I like your picture. Like I just see names and like
exactly. Why you do that? Why you need to let them know that you was there?
Because I recognize people's names. Like, oh, I know this person. Like, I like what you posted.
Guess what? If a motherfucker is always in your DMs, ha ha ha, that's so funny. Ha ha ha, that's so funny. They want you. Online dating, 60% now.
A lot of people want a lot of things. I don't mean you're gonna get it.
She met me at a place called Love Day, and apparently she thought it meant something. Now we're engaged.
Seems like she won.
She won.
Bling bling.
What's next on this thing? I think online dating being at 60%. You think that's healthy or not?
I think it's healthy to an extent because what online did is just open up people's world. I think that before it was easier to date within proximity, even if it wasn't the healthiest, even if it wasn't the best for you. But online has opened it up. Like I would have never met a nigga in Irvington, New Jersey, if it wasn't for online. I had never even been there, never knew what it was called, never knew it existed before being online. So,
well, which one of these do you think is the best, though?
I think that friends can be tricky, coworkers can be messy, family is no, school is pretty cool.
I think friends is the best way to find somebody, to be honest. I think friends.
Because have you ever been?
I think friends is probably the most successful road to marriage.
In what world? How many friends have you dated and you not marrying none of them?
In a world where you don't have toxic friends. If you have toxic friends,
because we're all toxic.
If you have toxic friends, right? If you have a friend group and none of them are about shit, of course you're gonna meet somebody else that ain't about shit. But if you have a friend group where all of them are about things and they introduce somebody else, it means they know you're a good person. This is a good person, and the potential for y'all to treat each other better because y'all have mutuals is very high.
Delusional. You're delusional.
You have nothing but toxic friends. How would you know?
Nigga, you're one of my friends. So how would you know?
Toxic friend. That's fine. I probably wouldn't. Look, I've had a friend ask me about another friend. I said, absolutely don't do it. I'm telling you right now.
And niggas do it anyway.
Huh?
Niggas do it anyway.
But then, hey, that's not you met me through a friend. Meeting through a friend is, hey, this is Barbara.
I remember you had two of my friends crying over you at the same event. How the fuck did you think that made me feel? You didn't give a fuck.
Only one cried.
They both cried at different times at the same event because of you.
The other one probably cried because she was drunk. That had nothing to do with me.
Your revisionist fucking point of view is crazy. I was there. You made two of my friends cry in the summertime at the same event. Please.
I feel like I don't think that's fair because it paints me out to be the villain. It paints me out to be a villain when.
But that's what happened when friends date friends.
Neither one of them was my friend. By the way, did you introduce? Okay, yeah, you introduced me to one of them, but.
And the other one you was explicitly told not to talk to.
Not by you.
That's not the point. It's still the friend group.
In any case,
friends are the worst because then your friends get involved and it becomes a thing. Friends it's not healthy.
Look, I met my BD through my friend, and Lord help me. Look, that's because you're toxic, Sade. Okay, you're toxic.
Don't come this way. Go
If
that way.
you had, if
Go
you
to Daddy.
had,
Wow.
if you
Can you hear
had,
me?
yes.
You
If,
can hear me a minute ago?
yes.
Damn, my bad. I'm not connected to my mic. Then my fault. Close my door.
If you have friends that are good people and they introduce you to another,
who has friends that are good people?
Good people do. None of us are good people. None of us are good people. That's the problem.
You have no point of reference because where are these good people at?
know. First of all, I used to be a good person.
When?
I used to be a good person. All right.
When?
I used to be a
Give
good
me
person.
the year range. Between like what 74 and 76? When?
Like 1990.
90? Lies.
Yeah, 19 something. Before most of y'all was born.
Exactly. Like what is a good person? I think that for the most part we're decent.
Yeah, we're good.
But what is a good person? Because the people that we've propped up in the community that we've said are good people, all them niggas is going down for fucking sex trafficking, drugs, being pedophiles, all types of shit.
We don't know. Speaking of sex trafficking, do y'all believe that the nigga put shit in the baby oil for real? Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that. I also was very shocked at the last episode that you were shocked that there was a 9-year-old boy around. But when you think about, go back to the 70s when people was partying and doing hard drugs and shit like that in the music industry. The Jackson 5 was there. Menudo and them was there. They had kids around all the fucking time and they didn't give a fuck. They kept doing the same shit they was doing with them babies around. Did anybody care?
You really say Jackson 5? Who in the Jackson 5 did things with 9-year-olds? What are we talking about?
Are we going to act like these allegations don't exist?
Yeah, allegations, rumors. He was about to buy NBC.
There's a whole documentary of victims talking about he was diddling in their booty holes when they was babies.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that. I didn't see it. I didn't
you
want.
You ain't seen the documentary?
I do not believe.
Never Everland or whatever the fuck that shit was called with Oprah and them.
Yeah, I really think. All right. I don't even think Michael Jackson knew what a penis is, to be honest. So I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't believe none of this.
Yeah, because he was getting molested by fucking Diana Ross. So that he went and molested other people.
Now,
other people hurt people.
Now you believe it. The Diana Ross. Now you believe it. Now you believe it.
I did not disbelieve it. I was just shocked and I never heard it before. Nigga.
They saying that Diddy put the drugs in the baby oil and then sprayed it. Did you hear that one where the girl is like, the lawyer? Did you hear that? You didn't hear that?
No. I'm so disconnected from stupid shit. Tell me.
Hold on. I'm gonna play it for you. Hold on. It's the weirdest thing, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've never heard no shit like this before. I've literally never heard anything like this before. It's the weirdest shit I've ever heard of. It made me actually go do motherfucking research on the shit, to be honest. Hold on. The shit saved. Boom, boom. Diddler
is crazy.
I guess I can't. You can't beat this shit. All right. Look at what the fuck this is going on here, bro. I can't even. Who did this to the goddamn baby oil?
Yeah, and I know that the details are graphic, and I want to be careful. But can you talk a little bit about the baby oil? Because I think people just think it's baby oil, but you are claiming that there may be something else in that, correct?
Now, first of all, before we get into this, any of the people that's in here, I just want to give y'all a trigger warning. There is something, I'm here to talk about the baby oil, but it gets a little just graphic in the first couple of seconds, 20, 30 seconds. So trigger warning for that. Here.
correct?
Yes. So, in the suit, there is a part where Mr. Combs is threatening her with a knife and makes her take off her clothes. And then he takes what she believes is some type of liquid substance out of a bag, out of a fanny pack to be specific. And he squirts it at her. And she originally thought it was like acid or something. But then she realized that it was some type of lubricant or oil. She actually didn't specify even baby oil. She just said he just started squirting it at her, squirting it all over her body. And then that's when, after she was covered in this oil, that's when the attack began with Mr. Combs and then the friend. And then in between the two of them, she was squirted some more with this oil. And then the bodyguard then attacked her and raped her as well. But she said over the course of this, her body got more and more limp, and she couldn't figure out essentially what was causing it, because it wasn't as if she was forced any drugs. She said she had a cup of water that she took a sip of, and she knew immediately it wasn't just water, but she only took a sip. And she felt that whatever the liquid was being squirted on her had something in it, which essentially debilitated her and her faculties.
Mm.
What the fuck do you put? What type of topical? What is in there? What type of topical drug makes your body go limp?
They have reports that GHB was in it. I screenshotted some information from the Department of Justice, Drug Enforcement Administration. It's approved as a treatment to improve daytime sleepiness and muscle weakness from narcolepsy. But there are common street names. How was it abused? Blah, blah, blah. Misuse for the euphoric and calming effects. And because some people believe they build muscles and cause weight loss. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What is it called?
GHB.
GHB.
At high doses, GHB can result in unconsciousness, seizures, slower heart rate, greatly slowed breathing, lower body temperature, vomiting, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's GHB in it. But I'm just like, who the fuck's job was it to put the drugs in the baby oil?
Like,
and I want to know
who put you onto that? Because you didn't do that. Like, somebody told you about that. So that
somebody actually asked. Somebody said, but if the oil is on him and he's on her, why doesn't he get limp?
Right.
Somebody said that. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this.
Is it like a fucking anti? Like, if I put this on me and I put that on you, it doesn't like. That's some chemistry shit.
Some chemistry shit. Then you have the other girl. Now, this has nothing to do. Obviously, this guy has I don't even know if he can actually prove that he's not guilty of all of this shit. You know, but there's another girl that came out saying that he did something to her, but she got caught in the lie by her lawyer. Her lawyer dropped her. And then her baby father came out. There were texts between her and the baby father where she offered the dude $3 million to lie and say that Diddy did something that he didn't do, apparently. And then the feds got the texts from between her and the baby father about her offering the nigga $3 million to lie on the stand, to lie for her.
Where'd she get $3 million from?
I guess if she wins the case against Diddy. Loon.
Yo,
you're on So Shameless podcast.
Oh my fucking God. That's why I don't hold you no more. So you always doing some shit like that.
I'm always podcasting.
Doing some shit like that.
Say hi to Dodge.
Like
hi, Loon.
How are you doing, Dodge?
I'm doing fine, Shane. What the fuck is your problem?
Yo, oh my God, nigga, your nickname is actually your real name, though.
Olatunde, nigga, what the fuck?
See? Watch when I see you now. So you always gotta do some dumb
shit. You never gonna see me. I haven't seen you in like a year. The fuck?
Bro, I've been going through life. What are y'all lying about today?
That's crazy.
Liking you?
What about today?
Yo,
I don't lie about that.
Text me. Let me know what you need. I'll hit you.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Why would the nigga come on the show saying my whole name? Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on with that case. I don't know. Other things that happened this week. You see, Hallie and DDG broke up.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga drops a whole motherfucking thing. What did he say?
Mm-hmm.
What did this guy say? He dropped an Instagram post saying, "Dear friends and supporters, after much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Hallie and I have decided to go our separate ways. This decision was not easy. We believe it's the best path forward for both of us. I cherish the time we spent together and the love we've shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other. As we focus on our individual journeys and our roles as co-parents, we cherish the bond we've built and the beautiful moments we've shared. As we navigate this transition, we ask for your understanding and support. Thank you for your love and encouragement, DDG."
Isn't that the same like exact post that Victoria Monet put out with her baby father? These niggas be on a chat GPT and say, draft me up an Instagram post for breaking up.
I said, well, damn, that baby did it again.
They always do it.
That baby gonna do it every goddamn time. I don't give a fuck, bro. That baby
gonna do one thing is break up a happy home.
Listen, you see, I ain't never seen Hallie and DDG was just as happy as Russell and Sierra, bro. They was up there. Goals. Introduce a baby into that equation. I can't do this no more. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how many nannies you got. It don't matter none of that. Introduce a baby to that equation, and that relationship is fucking over.
Finito. You're done.
Okay, I'm just like, damn,
You're
bro.
done.
How do you escape the curse? What are the steps that you have to take?
I feel like if you get married, it's easier for you to escape the curse because it's harder for you to break up.
I don't know about that.
Because the curse is still happening, but you kind of go through that wave because it's harder to break up. But if you're not married, it's so much easier to break up. You can be like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. You don't got to sign no papers. You don't got to go to nobody. You don't got to hire nobody. You can just break up and walk away. But when you marry, you have to do there's a lot of other steps that you have to put into place. And most people are just too lazy and too tired to go through the steps. So they stay together and hate each other for 5-6 years.
That's not a relate. Bro, if you just stay together because you're married, but or both of y'all is cheating or y'all ain't doing nothing no more. That's
they said through thick and thin, sickness and health, birth and not. You gotta add birth and not.
You know what I was thinking about? Fuck all this. Mm-hmm. He actually did a whole Instagram post. Is that swaggy to do the Instagram post?
I think that when you're a public figure, I think it is, because what if they broke up? Because I don't feel like they break up and then the next day the post goes on Instagram. I feel like they break up and then after time the post goes on Instagram, because then what happens if they're out with somebody else knowing that they've been single this whole time, and then now they on all the blogs and social media like, oh, you're cheating and you're out with this one and da-da-da. And it's like, well, hold on. Before anything happens, I'm single. Put that out there.
Nigga, I think that she was caught by surprise by his by him doing that. Yeah, she still had his pictures up on the page. She had posted some shit like, please just don't break my heart, like some shit, some song that she was singing on her guitar, basically like singing like, yo, please don't do me like this or some shit. And the nigga went and did it. Then he's been arguing with everybody on Instagram since. I've never seen a nigga argue before. I've never seen a nigga this mad. This nigga been arguing for like a week with everybody, calling people stupid, dumb, all kinds of shit. I'm like, yeah, I thought this nigga was a nice guy.
Is he not a nice guy? So what is nice to you? Is everybody fucked up?
I feel like
Give me an example of a nice person.
Russell Wilson. Trauma, DJ Trauma, NYC. Just because he has just because he has his ways doesn't mean he's not. He's very nice to people. He's very nice to people. When you're gonna do this, take the man to homie court before you do all of this. Just take him to homie court before you do all of this. Because this is subtle shit. This is subtle.
I've done nothing. Shit. I didn't say a fucking word. I'm letting you rock. I didn't say a fucking word.
No, you could just stop talking.
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I'm chilling. My bad. I don't mean to be messy. I do mean to be messy, but I don't mean to be messy. I thought the guy was a nice guy. I think that there's a level of, as a man, I think that he's just going through breakup motions. And that's just how it is, bro. I want to know why they broke up. I want to know what was the reason. Not the baby, but I do want to know what happened because he's been angry. This don't seem like a peaceful breakup.
Most breakups are not necessarily peaceful. It's always like a turning point when it's just like, ugh, I hate this motherfucker.
Nah, that's not true. Is it?
When was your last peaceful breakup?
Me and a girl broke up once. That's when she took the cat.
That's not peaceful, nigga, because you was mad as fuck. Niggas was ready to go to war over the pet.
I can't believe she took the cat. Like, she was living here. We had a conversation. The next day she moved out. I was not expecting her to find some place to stay that quick. The next day she's like, yeah, my sister's outside. She grabbed my stuff. And the cat was part of her stuff. I didn't know. I thought you were taking like your fucking clothes. I'm walking around the house hours later. I don't see the fucking cat. I go downstairs and the fucking litter box is gone. Why the fuck would you take the litter box? You traveled with litter?
Because she took the fucking cat. She threw the litter out. She took the box and she put new litter in when she got to her new place.
I went to a crib months after that, maybe a year. That cat like it did not know me. I was like, wow, you too, bro? That's crazy. Cat didn't come nowhere near me. Like, yeah, this bitch ass nigga. Fuck you do that to the cat?
How you turn the cat against you?
Huh?
That's like how she turned the cat against you.
Yeah, how the fuck you turn a cat against a nigga? Yeah, so that interesting shit about DDG. There's another thing I want to show you. I want to know what you feel about this. This guy, let me see. So this guy has a young lady, a young little girl, and she's basically trying to get him to put her in beauty school, right? She says, you should let me go there. He said, what's this? He's like, they teach me how to do stuff. It's basically cosmetology school, but for kids. So I can learn how to do hair, nails, or makeup. He says, I think you should do something else. She says, like what? He says, tech stuff, lawyer stuff, basketball, acting, entrepreneurship, something that is actually worth the time. Hair, nails, makeup don't make no money, boo. I went and looked at the actual tweet. His comment on this tweet was, let me see if I can find it. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with my daughter forever. Do something to help daddy out, baby. And he basically was like, yo, it's not no career.
Niggas be bum ass parents. First of all, she's a fucking kid. This is not a career, but this could be a side hustle. It could be a way for her to make money on the side. She learned how to do shit the right way. She can when she go to college, she can do nails on campus. She can do hair on campus. Like, nobody said that this is going to be her career path. But what's wrong with giving somebody the tools to do hustles, especially kids. These kids is expensive nowadays. Kids have always been expensive notoriously, but kids are into the things that they're into. Like, I know one of my old supervisor, she literally used to get her nails done from a teenager that did nails. That was her side hustle. And she was really fucking good at it. Her nails was always lit. Why don't niggas is so negative?
He said, like, I don't want her making the wrong choices. If I can help make the right ones from the jump, that'd be crazy for me to let her do that.
Nigga, what do you do for a living? Where do you work? I have questions. Because once you said lawyer stuff, I don't even believe you. I don't believe you. Because what the fuck is lawyer stuff?
She's 10 years old.
What is lawyer stuff?
It can't be that he doesn't want her to shoot low. He wants her to shoot higher. That's not a thing.
In this age, in this economy, everybody needs a side hustle. It's not like she said, I want to do hair and nails for a living. And even if that is the case, that's literal entrepreneurship. That's a small business.
But what if
and who said that people that do hair and nails don't make money? It's bitches charging thousands of dollars just to do braids right now. Are you crazy?
What if he doesn't want her to take this up and that to become her thing?
You don't get to decide that. I think that once parents, we as parents understand that our job is to instill values in our children, but we cannot force them to do what we want them to do, the world will be a better place.
Man, if I at 10 years old, you can force your kids to do what you want them to do. At 10, she's 10 years old.
Even better. Because then now that even makes even less sense to me. Because Parker's 5. And if she can eat cereal, rice, and candy all day, she would. And she'll be happy. And that's fine. Like
exactly what he's saying. Like, yo, I can control her at this point.
But everything changes, right? So when I was a kid, I loved chicken fingers. I eat chicken fingers all the time. And then I grew up and chicken fingers wasn't my favorite no more. And you know what I started doing? Other things. Eating other things. What you like today, that does not pigeonhole you into being that person forever. But the skills that you learn today, you can build on those skills later, and it can help you on later in life. As a parent, you want to expose your children to a variety of things so that they can land on what is the best possible thing for them. When I was 18 years old, my grandmother told me that I should get a job at a bank. I should get a job at a bank and get a pension and just be there. I can't get no job in it. I don't even have the attitude of a bank teller. Or maybe I do. Like, no. I don't want to work in no fucking bank. I feel like as a bank teller, you're dealing with people every day. You're dealing with customers every day. Like, I think that you have to have a certain amount of like customer service. Like, you got to like people to a certain extent.
Dash, as much as I agree with you in some ways, you don't think that the things parents allow their children to get into when they're young actually push them in certain directions?
No.
No? You don't think that if she gets into certain shit that can become like the way she thinks versus him saying like, nah,
forever?
This is not the way I want you. This is not, I don't want you having to engage in that thing. I want you to go to law school. I want you to work on your studies. Don't worry about getting a couple $100 right now. Because
are we allowed to only do one thing at a time?
Who knows what else she's doing right now?
Who knows what else she can possibly do? Why are we stunting people's growth because of our own biases? Like I was a kid that tried everything at least once. I know how to play several different sports. I've done several different activities growing up. And none of those things helped me be the person that I am today. None of that matriculated to anything. I did something completely different.
No,
you don't get to pick and choose.
I actually do agree with you. I feel like let these kids figure out who they are. Let them figure out who they are, bro. Give them the tools to figure out who they are. I actually agree with you on that. Jasmine says, I think it depends on the generation. My dad was the same way and felt doing here was the easy way out and not a real job. His generation's goal was to get a job you can stay at for 20 plus years.
This is some whack ass shit. And this is why some of our parents never had a raise.
And social media changed that, right? Because we now have access to all of these other things.
The one thing, the biggest thing that I learned just from my group of friends is every 5 years or so, you need to switch your job. If they're not giving you more money after 5 years, you need to switch your job. Because the way that I got to where I have been now and the salary that I'm at now, and not even to toot my own horn, in 8 years in one career, is because I changed schools every 3 years. And every time I left the school, I got a pay raise, a bump that I was not going to get staying at that same school that I was at. We are not our parents' generation anymore. I do not want to stay at one place forever and get a 2% raise every year when I can just fucking leave and get 20, 30 bands more somewhere else.
All right, now talk your shit. Jesus.
It doesn't make sense. Our parents come from a generation of security and safety and kind of just being scared. Like, get you a city job, get in a union.
They didn't have the resources we had. Let's not talk about being scared. They didn't have the resources that we had. Now you got the internet, which has opened up a million other things and a million other opportunities. Back then, they was thinking about safety and security. It's a lot less scared, but it's saying like, yo, it's a lot of people that's fucked up out here. I just want to be able to provide for my kid. You know what I'm saying? Scared. That's kind of disrespectful.
What is how is that disrespectful? Is it because you just don't like the word? If you're worried about safety
don't like the
and security
word,
and you don't want to take a risk that you can do more or do better, you are literally scared.
What risks did our parents have access to back then versus the ones we have now? Let's not be fucking big-headed.
There were always more jobs.
No, they didn't.
There have always been more jobs. Always.
What?
People don't, they have always been more jobs. People were just very much like, I have a job now. I'm secure where I am. I know what I know here. I'm scared to move on. Case in point.
You want to know why, Josh?
Case in point.
They had jobs. They had jobs. For a lot of our parents did not have the access to education that we had. They didn't. They was not going to college the way we are. It wasn't. I want to tell you right now, my generation was probably the first to like start flooding HBCUs the way we did. Start flooding PWIs the way we did.
My parents.
Huh?
A little bit. You're a little bit younger than my parents. That is the same generation. This is what I'm talking about.
Your mom's is older than me.
I said you are a little bit younger than my parents.
All right, but that's an age gap. But the age between 1975, like before that, that's a whole different generation. Whole different generation. 1975
started a new generation. What's your generation? You generation X, right?
You got to remember, if I'm 13 in 1988, there's a whole boom that happened around that time, which is crack, rap, urban, all of that shit happening around. I'm 13. Okay, if you was 5 years older than me, you're smoking crack. If you was 5 years older than me, you was putting crack in your weed, smoking Woolworths.
You're Generation X, correct? You was born in what, 74?
75.
You're the same generation as my mom. My mom is Generation X as well.
I'm sorry. I was about to wild out.
Don't say that. Nigga. Don't be a fuckboy. You are the same generation as my mother.
Oh, God.
You're 50 fucking years old.
Yes. In a couple days, I'm fucking 50 years old for sure.
My mother was only 10 years older than you. Well, less than 10 years. She was born in 69.
Exactly. That's a long time. Though, that's a long. No, it isn't. And even if it is,
I'm looking at it right now.
That's a completely different experience.
Generation X is from 1965 to 1980, nigga.
It doesn't matter. It's still you going by that shit. That means nothing to me. Completely different experience. If you're 10, if you're 20 in 1988, completely different experience. Okay? Completely. This is a thing. You have to understand that back then, they did not have access to a lot of shit. A lot of them was getting locked up left and fucking right, especially at 20 years old or on crack. This is why she kept your ass on that fucking stoop. Because yes, because yo, she knows what's going on around her. Me and your generation.
My mom had a journal.
Yo.
My mom had a journal and I read it like maybe like a year ago. And in the journal, it was just like an about me journal. And one of the lines was like her salary. And I was like, nigga, how did you survive? This is it? This all y'all niggas was making it in 2000? You're wildin'.
Careers that you really had in the 90s.
Nigga, first of all.
What careers did we really have? Most of us was just going to college, just trying to figure that shit out. We was taking out Pell Grants and shit like that to figure, because our parents ain't really have it unless you was born in that Jack and Jill society shit. The waffle colored Negroes. And the waffle colored Negroes, they motherfuckers, trauming them. He ain't here to defend himself. They motherfucking gatekeep that community because they wanted the niggas out. They didn't want the niggas in.
We don't need the Shaquandas in them in there.
We don't need the projects around here.
Nah.
Look, in New York City, if you had a city job, you made it. And there ain't no bouncing around to get 20,000 more here, 20,000. The most you doing was getting the fucking raise, a promotion to another city job that was doing a little better. Just understand, you cannot say, oh, they were scared to do this and the other. Getting a job that you can keep was a big deal back then. There was a huge boom. Hip-hop, or the fact that hip-hop happened, huge boom that happened in our community right there. Then the internet, nigga, right now, you think white America really wanted Black America to have access to all of these things where they can make bread?
Honestly, I don't think about white people at all in my day-to-day life, so I don't have no idea.
What do you mean, right now?
Yeah, like the amount of time or space that white people will spend in my cerebral area is very, very slim to none. I don't give a fuck what white people.
You don't have to. Thank you. That's another thing. You don't have to think about that. They did.
Yeah, I don't.
They did. They literally did. And it wasn't about scare. Like I said, it's about security. It's about the fact that they had 5-6 kids and they had no motherfucking fathers around because all of them was either crackheads or fucking in jail or drug dealers. Shout
out to my mother for only having me because she was smart. She understood.
You understand? It's a big deal.
Okay, maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege and I can say that. But I will say that I think that the best thing that I've learned.
Trav, you're wrong.
I think that the best thing that I've learned is to take risks and to not be stuck in a place just because I have a place. That there is more out there, that the world is bigger than my circumference, and taking these risks and myself and being uncomfortable to make more space to be there for my family. The world
got bigger because of the internet. Most of our parents never been to fucking Africa, no shit like that, London. All of that shit happened after the internet. It wasn't a thing. When we went on vacation from New York, we went to Virginia Beach. Wasn't no going to Mexico and going this and that. We wasn't doing that. We didn't have access to shit like that. And Trav,
but then I can also say that that's not my experience because I remember my mom going to Cancun. I remember my mom going to the like she never had a want to go to Europe. So when she traveled, she always went to the island. She always went somewhere warm. She liked to be around the heat. Like We had plans to go to Africa one day. So my world is not, the way that I was raised is not so neighborhood. So I don't get it.
All I'm saying is that to be scared of something is, so Travis saying I'm separating security and safety from scared in this convo, right? And I don't think, and he said I can't do that. And I don't believe
because
that's true.
If you feel unsecure, then you're scared.
The opportunities were not there. So if the
I don't believe
opportunities,
that.
how can you not believe shit that's a fact? The opportunities
I
were
don't
not there.
believe that because I feel
In
like
the
there
90s,
was more opportunities for growth in the 90s, which is why you had so many fucking criminals and so many niggas that came up on mad bread, because there was so many loopholes. There was so many different ways to do things then that we can't do now.
That happened because of crack. The loophole that happened because of crack. Crack.
Why are we always talking about crack on this podcast?
Because that's what happened. It happened because of crack.
crack.
They were not hiring black men in corporate America like that in the 90s. They was putting them in the mailroom. The women, y'all became secretaries. At some point towards the late 90s, y'all started being able to get to not late 90s, like maybe mid 90s, y'all started to be able to become executive assistants and shit like that. Women started seeing more opportunities, and the men were still held down with either being on crack, drug dealers, or having very minimum wages, or having city jobs. That's it. There was no real thing where you could just bounce around and be like, the conversation that you said was they were scared to do better, to move around, to jump from here and go over here to get 20,000 more. And the opportunities for that wasn't there. They didn't have it.
Because of crack?
Hip-hop opened that up. I believe hip-hop and opened a lot of shit up. I do. I don't know why. I feel like that's...
But you're making it seem like there was no black lawyers, black people in corporate, black people in Wall Street, black people in marketing, black people in advertising, black people in college. Like, I think that
It was slim to none. It was slim to none. It was slim to none.
I don't believe that. I think that this is like a New York mind state right now. This is a New York state of mind, no pun intended.
Maybe. If you're in the comments, let me know what you think. If you're on YouTube, if you are listening to the pod, please hit me up. Let me know what you think. My experience, coming from a New York boy, was that there wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to school and it was 90% white. And it was my mom was like, it's a blessing for you to go to that school because it's 90% white and then 8% Asian. And that little 2% of kids coming from good communities was going there. A good household.
That's why I didn't want to go to a specialized high school. Y'all niggas lost me. I wanted to go to a good ass black school right here, Benjamin Banneker Academy. So on my chest.
I'm gonna go. I had a bunch of other things on here. I'm just gonna go to I think 2 more.
Okay.
One of them is I'm pretty sure that I already know what you're gonna say. This. I think I got a feeling I know what you're gonna say to this. It's like, I don't know. I might be wrong. Read it out loud if you want.
My husband and I went to an event where I unexpectedly ran into my ex. I told my husband that my ex was there, and he asked me several times to point him out. However, I chose not to show him who it was, even though he kept asking. Meanwhile, my ex saw both of us, but my husband had no idea who he was because I never pointed him out. As a result, my husband felt uneasy for the rest of the event, and even after we got home, was it fair for me to handle this situation that way? The situation this way?
What do you think?
That's stupid. Why you ain't just point the nigga out? Does he look better than your husband? He taller than your husband? He got more money than your husband? Like, why? Like, are you embarrassed? Like, are you embarrassed? Because why would you not just point the nigga out? What was the point of you telling him that your ex was there if you wasn't going to point him out? Because the next natural question is, which one?
What if he knows your husband? What if she knows her husband is aggressive? What if she knows the other nigga is aggressive? and is basically just trying to avoid that whole situation?
I think that hypothetical changes the dynamic of the whole conversation. Because if you know your husband is aggressive,
is it a strong possibility?
If you know your husband is aggressive and territorial or jealous or whatever, then you was better off not saying shit. Why would I say something to ignite somebody that I know is that way? I would have never said anything at all. But by you saying something, then obviously to me that means that is not the way that you're thinking. So the problem is, the only thing that makes sense in my brain is that nigga look better than your man, and you don't want him to feel no type of way.
I wish that she would have actually expounded on this, but I have a feeling this got to be a fake situation, right?
This is stupid as hell. You was better off saying nothing. Sure.
Have you always told Drew niggas that you fucked with is in the building?
Every time. Why? And when it comes to him, I just assume that he fucked everybody that he ever introduced me to. It just makes it easier because I don't have to ask. I'm just like, and then he'll tell me later. I'm like, oh, you fucked him? Nah. Okay, whatever.
She knew her man. Jasmine said she knew her man was going to be insecure regardless.
You could have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Why would you have insecurity? How would he know? I just wish people sometimes to shut up.
Why tell him in the first place?
To be messy. Hold on, I gotta say goodnight to my kid. Come here, baby.
It was 8:30.
Yep.
She's 5. Good night, Parks. Oh, you look tired. Good night, mamas. Have a good night. Sleep tight. I know y'all ain't got bed bugs out there. Let them bite.
You gonna say good night to your uncle?
Good night.
Good night. Love you.
This is my bedtime.
I heard it. So I have put some cream on your face and go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Wait, Mom. Next time, if
Oh man.
No.
Good night. Forever. Hope she stay this cute forever. All right.
Huh? You said you hope she stay this cute forever?
Yeah.
She bad as hell.
Actually is not as where is this shit at?
What?
I'm looking for.
You gonna give her money for books or not?
Sure. Whatever she.
I sent it to you. She got like. Oh, I didn't send it to you. I gotta send it to you. She has Scholastic Book Fair tomorrow.
Okay, this one is the one that I find you. I want to see what you got to say.
What's really interesting about this conversation I was having regarding prostitution was this came off the back of me saying that the thing people don't want to recognize is, and this is going to be very controversial to say, but marriage also is sex work, because a lot of women, what they're doing is, and this is controversial to say, because
I'm gonna hear this.
In your definition where you said earlier about prostitution, where you know, like, you sleep with a man, you get money, or you hang out with him, you get money. Why I say marriage is prostitution is because what happens is women engage in marriage from a place where, okay, he's gonna take care of you financially, and there's a home for you both to live in. And what you are doing is you're fulfilling a role. So you're going to either be some sort of like homemaker, homekeeper, you're raising and rearing the kids, and you are partnering with him and sleeping with him in the hopes that the trade-off will be that you get validation, love, and upkeep. And the man understands and believes that if he continues to fulfill that role for you, then the arrangement works, because marriage is an arrangement. Now, why I say it's prostitution is because whilst it's not necessarily on the surface you're fucking for a transactional exchange, there's something that you're fucking for.
But then there's the basis of a relationship. I guess the reason why prostitution is because it's just it's sexual. It's nothing but sex. So you get the sex, you go. Whereas a marriage, to even get to the marriage, there would have been a build of a relationship, friendship, gone through a few things, families involved. Maybe you might even have kids now. So I think that's why people would be the
People
difference.
wouldn't understand that. And why I'm fascinated by that is because what people really miss out on in that conversation and in their opposition to the idea of marriage being a form of sex work is once you stop being able to render that service to the man, he leaves you. So, for example, I've seen countless situations where the woman has gained weight after having children, and the man has decided he doesn't want to be with her anymore because either her libido has lowered, so she's no longer interested in having sex. She doesn't feel good about herself. She doesn't want to have sex. So that man moves on. Or the woman becomes disabled or becomes sick and needs long-term care from her husband. And he leaves because he can't be asked and he doesn't want to do that and he can't have sex with her anymore. So what I've observed is that once men stop seeing you as the person that can fulfill that transactional need that they want from you, their energy switches up very quickly.
Do you think that's the
These are the people y'all got us out here. These are the people y'all got us out here.
Defund podcast. Take the mic away.
These are the people y'all got us out here fucking with. Y'all talking about the men of the toxic ones. Can you see any validity in her argument?
No.
None.
To equate marriage with prostitution, it's a reach.
Women are very much saying everything is transactional. Very much standing on that. Everything is transactional is what the women are saying. The men are fighting against it. The men don't want to believe that. But the women are saying everything is transactional. In order for me to do this,
the eyes of a whore is crazy. Please put that on.
The women are saying, in order for me to treat you like this, you must do this first. Say it's a sale if you want, call it a different thing if you want, but you must perform in order for me to perform.
But you're also talking to children. You're talking about children. And in a very childlike mind state of what relationship is and what it looks like. People that are talking through trauma and toxicity. So let's eliminate them. Let's take them off of the table because these are not the people that are married, or these are not the people that are probably getting married anytime soon. So we're talking about a group of adults that feel like, even though we understand that marriage is an arrangement, I do agree with that. It is a cornerstone to help build family wealth and things of that nature, right? I think that marriage just for love is stupid. Love is not enough for me to marry somebody. That there has to be more to it. But to equate marriage with prostitution is the biggest reach that I think that I've ever heard before. And to really try to stand on that and try to equate the values that come with being with and building a life with a person to somebody that has sex with several different people for money and only money and material things, because that is prostitution. Like, no.
What have you
and I
done?
think that there's way too many women. There's way too many women that are really young, that are really miserable and have not dealt with and took the time to really deal with and heal from their traumas, that they keep trying to convince the rest of the women of the world that love and marriage and family is the most horrible thing ever. And keep trying to convince other women of the world that being alone is the best thing in the world. And I just think that is fucking lunacy at the highest level.
I love the fact that you think like that. And this is why I consider you a dear friend, right? You don't look at it that way. But when women prop up this thing, protect, provide. In order for me to do this, you must what? Provide. I'm not fucking a nigga that's not providing.
But these the same bitches that be fucking on the same niggas that's fucking on the other bitches. Like, they don't really know what
minimize the point that they're making.
I need to see, I want to hear from people that have seen healthy relationships in their lives, healthy marriages in their life. Tell me what provide and protect means to you based off of the experiences that you have seen. And if you have none, shut the fuck up.
I love that. But again, you are the minority in this conversation. You do realize
but I
that.
shouldn't be. And this goes into
when you're talking about listen, me and you, yo, I'm on your side. I hear you. But when we're talking about, we see on a large part women arguing, if you don't provide, you're not getting any. I can't be with a nigga that's not going to provide. Large scale.
What?
It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if that's the only reason you're there, then he's paying you to be there.
But that's the whole thing. The word provide, it does not necessarily have a monetary
to you.
Period.
To you.
No, words mean things. Let's look up the word. Let's look it up.
You're gonna, yo.
I love to do it.
You trying to break it down into something that they're not saying.
Because bitches don't understand that words mean things.
Change the meaning of what they are saying. Let's not do that. You could do this all day. But what they are saying, a large part of the female part of society is saying provide, meaning I'm not splitting bills. I'm not with no nigga that's not going to take care of me. Let's talk about it, because that is exactly what this society is doing right now to that institution. Let alone let it fuck around it just being marriage. It's relationships too. They're saying you must pay to be here.
To supply or make available something wanted or needed. Synonyms.
Goods.
Allow, bring, grant, lend, present, produce, render, serve, yield, strong match. What does this mean? Give something wanted or needed to someone or something. You know what I want? I want to never cook again. Can you provide that for me, nigga? You're fucking providing.
Gosh, please.
You know what I want? I want to never drive.
Gosh, please.
Provide that.
Listen. Yeah, get me a driver. That's what I'll do. Driver. If you give me a good, I will give you a service.
The fuck?
Give me a good, I will give you a service.
I'm not fucking for rides. I just understand what I needed to be provided for me. I need somebody to rub my butt at night and tell me that everything's going to be okay, and I believe them. Provide safety. Provide peace. Provide security. Provide the fact that I know that I could wake up every day and this nigga's going to be here and he's not going to sneak out of the bed to go to another whore's house.
You could talk as much as you want. It's not going to change the fact that that's not what these women are saying.
Because they are 12.
So, okay, if we take you and I out of it and just say in today's society, that shit cold as shit you eating right there too. In today's society, do you believe that these relationships are transactional?
I believe all relationships are transactional, but that does not mean monetarily transactional, which does not lead to prostitution.
I do. It kind of sounded prostitutish to me.
How?
It's kind of sounding prostitutish to me.
Well, I said that all relationships are transactional, and when we were talking at the table, and you said that that's fucked up.
I do believe it's fucked up, but I mean, I understand.
All relationships are transactional.
Annie said to some degree, all relationships are transactional, and I think that's the whole point. And most times, the men has to provide some type of good or something in order to get a certain service or respect from the woman. That's what she's saying in this. Although the wording might be harsh,
the wording is stupid.
The wording
because a transaction in this sense, The definition of the word transaction is an exchange or interaction between people. It has nothing to do with monetary. That's the thing. I think that people use words and forget that words have different definitions depending on how you use them. There is one thing that is a money transaction. That is one type of transaction, but a relationship is a different type of transaction. And we are forgetting that words mean things. And we're making words mean things that they were not destined to mean. And that's it. But I'm not going to desecrate their pussy. I'm not going to desecrate the sanctity of marriage and equate it with prostitution because that's making somebody else feel good about themselves at night. I'm not doing it.
When the woman is not happy with what the man is or is not providing, is she withholding the sex?
I don't know. I never withheld sex before.
Stop making this shit about you because you don't want to say the wrong thing. You know damn well if the woman is not happy with what the man is providing, she is withholding sex. That means the transaction that she feels she is agreeing to is now being violated, so she is not compensated. She's not giving him what he wants. This means, in a larger sense, we change the words around. He isn't paying for this pussy anymore. This has been a great show. Little unorthodox. We've been all over the place. It's great to have you back. Thank you so much for showing up. She hit me today. She's like, are we recording? She hit me yesterday. So I'm like, I don't fucking know. I got so much on my plate. I know you want to get to bed. It's 8:47. I'm glad I can get you to bed at a good time.
I can't go to bed. I have to do a transaction. I have to do some prostitution tonight because I agreed to it.
And he says, no happiness, no sex, transaction, decline. If you want to watch the live, if you want to watch the show, I want to fucking have this shit edited and put it up while we're doing virtual. It's just a lot on me to do right now. So sorry, y'all. Go over to youtube.com/shameless, So Shameless podcast, and you can actually watch this under streams. You go, they have live, they have shorts, they have all of these things with YouTube. You actually have to go to streams, and these episodes are posted there this week, last week, the week before, however many times we've been going live. And then we'll be back in studio soon. It's not that we don't want to do it. It's just time, bro. It's just time.
Yo, time is fucked up.
It's just time.
It's bad.
I love you. I love you all. Shout out to the No Shame gang for being in the building heavy this week. We love you.
I love y'all.
Peace. So shameless.